Hell or High Rollers is an adventure set in D&D Hell, so will almost certainly contain adult content. Enjoy!
What the... Mage Hand, where did you get those pants? Don't you shrug at me, Mage Hand. Come on, fess up.
Honey, why is the mailman running down the street naked?
Mage Hand.
Mage Hand is the hilarious sitcom everyone's talking about.
Aren't the stars beautiful tonight?
I love sitting here holding hands with you, sweetie.
Honey, we're not holding hands.
Mage Hand! It's the show critics are calling loud and relentlessly hand-based.
Hey, Mage Hand, would you mind tossing me that carving knife?
Mage Hand.
So tune into the Hellscape channel, where a malevolent goblin will stream all 800 episodes of Mage Hand directly into your skull. The Hellscape channel, where comedy goes after it's died.
Hello, people of the world, and welcome to Hell or High Roller! Yes, we are back after a small Christmas break. I am Dave Hearn, I am your GM, and I'm very excited for this next episode. So let's go around and introduce ourselves. We're going to go around in a different order today.
Well, I'm Adam Megiddo, and I play the role of Eric Sanguinious, the human necromancer who used to live alone in the high-vis tower on the Rodney Marsh. And as we know, he was working on some incredible invention or discovery. It was on the brink of a discovery when he died and was brought to hell. This discovery should be something of great significance. We don't know what it is yet. He wasn't working on a play.
No.
You know, it wasn't.
No. That would be such an anticlimax.
That would be.
I think
He's discovered a play from his own mind.
He's discovered one of his own plays that he's forgotten about. But no, there was a lot of work done on those plays. Glengarry Glen Zombie, as we know. Mm-hmm. Much Ado About Zombie, The Cherry Zombie. And everyone's favourite musical, Zombie.
Is that Cats?
Well, take your pick.
Wow.
I am Henry Shields, and I play the character of Henley Whispers, a.k.a. the Bark Knight. Human
Nice.
ranger, lute stringer, shameless swinger, on dafunk bringer.
The what? On the funk bring in the funk.
Yeah, he's the bringer of defunk. Someone else brings in the noise.
I love how you're just sat there in like a lovely white knit jumper. Like, I bring the funk.
Henley brings defunk.
True.
And who knows who brings the noise, but to be found in a later episode.
We'll look for the noise, yeah.
Keep an eye out for the noise. A little interesting thing about Henley that I thought I'd mention this week is that his spirit animal is himself.
Oh, my days.
Because we're all animals.
He's awful.
Yeah, and, if we're all animals and he had to pick one to be his spirit animal, he might as well pick the best one.
Which is himself.
Yep.
So not even like the human race. Like it is.
Oh no, he's done some shamanic out of body experience stuff. He's done some like transcendental meditation, and he goes into a trance and he's guided through the spirit world just by another version of him. He's just like, hi Henley.
So there's a spirit version of Henley, there's Henley, and then there's Henley in a portrait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think that the Henley portrait has its own Henley portrait?
Probably it has its own spirit Henley portrait.
Wow.
I feel like I'm setting
of Henley.
Yeah, I feel like I'm setting myself up for a really difficult improv scene at some point, which I really don't want to do.
I'm just going to put you in some horrible dream dimension and make you improvise with yourself for an hour.
But he's going to... Thing is, Henley would love that.
Yeah, that is true. But Henry Shields would not love that.
No. Would a bit.
Hello, I'm Ellie Morris, and I play Ghoul, who is a little mushroom creature, a campestry to be more precise. And a little something about Ghoul is that back when he was alive, he was in an 80s cover band called Ghoul and the gang.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. And he likes to rock out to 80s music.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, go on. What's the title of one of the songs?
Well, I mean, the biggest hit is Celebrate, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We're stacking stuff up for more of Ghoul's songs.
Oh,
you don't want to give them away in the
No.
intro.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
Hello, my name is Chris Leask and I play the character of GlueBrick Bumbledung, who is a Goliath barbarian. And GlueBrick's fun thing this week is that, unlike Henley and Ghoul, GlueBrick and Eric have never met before being in Hell, that is. But GlueBrick has been to Eric's tower.
Oh.
Yeah. So once when Eric was out one evening, his undead decided to throw a party. And they obviously wanted to order in some jam. So GlueBrick went along and delivered the jam, and he just got along with the undead so well, probably because they have similar minds. And he was invited in, and he had a party. There was punch, there was dancing, there was laughing, and of course there was party games.
I wondered what that mess was.
Yeah. A lot of like ectoplasm everywhere. Yeah,
Imagine
that
it.
sounds like an orgy. I didn't.
Yeah,
mean
it does.
And on that bombshell, should we begin episode 7?
Yeah.
Let's go for episode 7 of Hell or High Rollers.
Woo!
I'll definitely cut that. Okay, so, happy boys. When we left you, you were teleported back into the mortal realm, and the last thing you saw was Henley's son, Greg, aka Smig.
Mm-hmm.
The four of you are stood in a plush wooden lodge, seemingly at the edge of the forest. Now, Ghoul, the surroundings of this lodge feel familiar to you, as you are on the edge of the James Woods. Henley, these surroundings are also obviously extremely familiar to you, as this is the lodge that you bought for your wife and son.
Yes.
On the edge of the woods, and then you kind of retired into the woods to be some sort of bachelor.
Well, it's a complicated situation. I think that it was more like a separation, and he had to put them somewhere. He had to buy a house for them because they insisted. Sort of like an alimony kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but he did the right thing.
He didn't want to. Was it like begrudgingly?
I think he wanted to stay together. I think Sylvie left him.
Oh, fine. Oh,
We'll find out, but I want to know why she left you.
We'll find out.
I
Yeah.
can think of
we
a thousand
know.
reasons.
We know.
Why would you leave this guy?
Because I think if you were to date Henley, you'd be dating like 3 people. You'd be two people, sorry. You'd be dating Henley and then Henley's
Spirit
ego.
guide?
Spirit guide.
You've multiple Henrys. You're dating him, you're dating his ego, his spirit guide, his various enchanted portraits of himself.
Just like a horrible nightmare of Henley.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the nightmare continues as your son steps forward and just says, Dad, what are you doing here?
Oh my God.
Smig? Greg?
You don't even remember my name.
No, I just got used to calling you Smig when I talked about you with other people. I know your name, Greg.
Well, that's good. Thanks, Dad.
What is going on?
I need your help. Well, I need someone's help. I need help with someone or something.
Well, don't worry, little boy, because we are the happy boys. If you just sign here, we'll take your
No.
soul, we'll damn it to hell.
GlueBrick, stop. We are not signing a contract to take my son's soul. Absolutely not. Greg, what? Why are you summoning a devil?
Well, since you left, it's kind of all gone a bit crazy in the woods. There's no hierarchy anymore, and there are bandits and thieves, and they're all fighting for control of the woods, and some came into the village, and Dad, they took Mum.
They took Sylvie?
Yeah.
Why is that funny? GlueBrick, stop laughing.
Sorry, no.
This is serious.
Sylvie's such a lovely name.
Yes, it is.
Sylvie Henley.
No, Henley's my name. Sylvie Whispers was her name before we separated.
Right.
Why don't you understand names, GlueBrick?
Okay. So because of Henley let you down, you now the woods is bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a very simple way of putting it.
I
But
think it's a very unfair way of putting it. I didn't let them down. I got killed, all right?
Look, we're not questioning your very bad parenting or anything. Okay, so but you did just leave them.
Where is
Dad,
this
I know-
sass coming from?
I don't
GlueBrick?
really know this man, but he's not wrong. Like you weren't a good father.
Look, okay, I'm not going to get into this now. Look, Ghoul.
It's popping off. Do you have a rebuttal?
I'm not going to get into how good or bad a parent I was right now.
Spill
Okay.
the tea, Henley. Ghoul is really up for the gossip.
Just
He
like a
wants the
Jerry
drama.
Springer style. Yeah. Yeah. The little mushroom's got a point, Dad. Go on, spill the tea. Tell them what kind of father you were.
All right. Everyone, just take a moment, okay? Look, I'm not going to defend myself as a parent right now in front of all of you. I don't have to. I know that in my heart, I tried my best, okay? But what matters is that you're trying to sell your soul right now to get help to save Sylvie, but that's crazy, son. You can't do that. Your soul is more important than that.
Well, do you have any other ideas? I mean, no one in the village wants to take on these bandits. They're all terrified.
Tell us more of these bandits, child.
Well, they come in and they raid the village, and the thing is everyone's really sick, and Mum's the only healer, and so they've taken her, and they want 5,000 gold pieces, or they're going to kill her by sunrise.
Oh, how did you let this happen?
What? How did I let this...
Whoa.
Dad, I'm 11.
Yes, but I died, all right? I died, son. And I haven't seen you since I died, and I feel like this is not the reunion I was expecting.
11 years old, shame on you. When I was your age, I was 15.
That doesn't even make sense. You know what, Dad? Maybe you're right. Maybe this was a mistake. Why don't you just fuck off back to hell?
Watch
Take
your language, young
contract.
man.
No, I won't watch my language because you can't do anything, Dad. You were never here. You can't tell me what to do now that you're just here and suddenly you want to be a father.
Look,
He's got a point.
Ghoul, stay out of this. I died. Someone has to step up. You should have stepped up and defended your mother.
I tried. There's a full band of adult bandits with arrows and swords, and also they've nobody's ever seen it, but they're meant to have this crazy powerful beast. That's why no one is trying to get Mum back, because they're terrified. And you're telling me an 11-year-old boy has got to stare down a team of bandits by himself?
Did I teach you nothing, boy?
Literally, yes. You never taught me how to fire a bow. You never taught me how to wield a sword. Every time I said to you, Dad, can we go for training? You said, what do you think of my new portrait, son? Or let's go down and listen to my poetry by the lake.
You never wanted to.
No, I didn't. I wanted to learn how to fight. And now you're telling me it's my fault that I can't fight.
All right. I will take care of the bandits. We will take care of the bandits, won't we?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe just a little huddle. Little boy, would you mind just waiting there before we take your soul?
Yeah, I mean, they're only going to kill her by sunrise, but take your time.
He's a sassy 11-year-old.
Very plucky young man.
I know. I don't know where I went wrong with him. I feel like I did everything right.
Yes.
Could it be when you abandoned him and then died? That would have an impact on a child.
Yes. Yeah, look, I know. All right, everyone. This is not important right now. What is important is that we sort this situation out. The Happy
right.
Boys need to intervene, and we need to save her.
We've got to take his soul.
Well, I think the only way of being able to help your son is by taking his soul.
No. We'll do it without taking the soul, all right? Come with me, and we walk out of the cabin and into the woods.
So you're stepping out. You're stepping out of the pentagram and then out
Yes,
of
I step out of the pentagram and I say, Greg, don't worry. Daddy's on this.
Okay, Dad. And as you step out of the pentagram and you get sort of, 10, 20 feet away, you go out of the door and suddenly you all feel like almost like you're attached to like a huge like bungee cord, and your kind of incorporeal form is just whipped back into the pentagram. A contract appears in your hand, Henley.
Okay, Daddy's not quite on it.
Dad, if you're not going to take this seriously, and if your friends aren't going to take this seriously, I'm going to try and rescue Mum myself.
No, wait. Let's get a contract signed, okay? Let's just get a contract signed and make sure there's a loophole in there so that we won't have to take his soul.
What is it exactly that he is asking for? To rescue his mother?
Yeah, Mum has been taken by some bandits. We need to rescue her, get her back. If it costs my soul, fine. Just give me the contract, I'll sign it.
What? Henley? I feel real bad for you now after you said all that, so I vow to help you, and I will do whatever I can to save your wife.
Thank you, Ghoul.
Ex-wife.
Yes, the ex-wife. It looks like the only thing we could do right now is sign the contract and deal with that problem later.
I agree.
Yep.
So you're going to do it, Dad?
Yes. All right.
And he takes a knife.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound so bitchy.
You're like, yes, all right, son.
Stop nagging me.
Let me go again. Take two.
So-
Sorry, Greg. Yes.
Yeah, much less creepy in seconds. Okay, Dad.
Greg, sign the contract and I will go and sort out this problem.
So if you just cut your finger and you just sign here, we will damn your soul to hell.
And he cuts his finger with a little knife and he just smudges a kind of very rudimentary signature on the contract.
I just take a moment. Eric,
Yes?
do you think this is good parenting?
I don't think I'm the man to ask. But I think it would be safer to have his soul in your keeping than to let it be squandered to some other devil.
That's true. All right, I feel better about my choice. Let's do it.
I check the paperwork is fine, and then I say, "We are the happy boys."
No, sorry. We're not doing the fear us thing. This is going to be a nice one.
Very good.
Okay.
Join us.
Oh.
Yeah, so Greg is just like, great, okay, this way, and he walks out of the hut.
Tell us more about these bandits.
So the bandits, there's like, I don't know how many of them there are, but there's fighters and archers, and they're I've never seen the leader, but the leader's meant to be this really horrible, nasty, devious, mind-controlling thing that's controlled this beast, and they also. They have this fortress built into a hill in the woods, and it's just surrounded by trees on all sides and archers and traps. And look, no one's going anywhere near it.
Don't worry, Greg. You've enlisted the help of the Happy Boys. All going to be fine.
Who are the Happy Boys?
That's us.
That's us. We're the happy boys.
It's us.
Have you got one of your cards?
I do here. And I present him with a card that I've probably made in a little down moment in hell.
What does it look like?
I don't think Eric is great at arts and crafts. So it's a torn off piece of cardboard with Happy Boy. Eric Sanguinious, Happy Boy.
Dad, your friends are strange.
Well, you don't get to pick your friends in hell. You're just the people you're chained to.
Oh, and I give you a big hug.
Okay, thanks, GlueBrick.
I don't squeeze, because we've learned
that will do damage.
I can kill with a hug.
Yeah.
So as you guys step out of the wooden lodge, you see a village populated with a few people and sort of a rather depressing looking market. And you get a sense that this was once a thriving place, but you can almost feel the fear and anxiety in the air. And people shuffle around nervously and keep themselves to themselves, and they avoid eye contact with each other. But Ghoul, you notice immediately something very, very familiar. There's a campestry sitting nearby at a market stall, selling what looks a lot like Ghoul's gruel.
Hey, look! Wait, that's Lipton! That little squirt stole my recipe!
Well, we might have time for a little side mission if you want to go and kick that little mushroom for stealing your recipe.
I do, GlueBrick. He stole my recipe.
What are you talking about? Time for side missions?
Honestly, and I just pick up Ghoul, put him on my shoulder, and I go, "Come with me, Ghoul." And I stomp over.
As you guys approach this market store, as you approach Lipton, you see that the label on the little jars that is being sold actually reads "Fun Gus's Pus," but it looks identical to Ghoul's gruel.
My God.
As Lipton spots you, it sort of squeals and begins to quickly pack away the stall and starts to move away from you.
What? I saw you!
Oh, hey!
You bet you're surprised to see me, aren't you, Lipton?
Yeah, Ghoul. I thought you were dead.
Well, I am, but I'm haunting you.
What?
I am here to haunt you for what you have done.
And I'm here to haunt you too, you shit.
Oh.
And I'm their lawyer.
Oh. So you know what? Why you were killed? You know what happened?
Wait, what?
What? I've said too much. And a huge puff of smoke fires out from him, and you just hear the little pitter patter of mushroom feet. And as the smoke clears, Lipton is gone.
Lipton, you little shit!
Did that mushroom say he knew why you were killed?
What is happening right now? Was I killed?
Well, you died.
But I thought that was an accident.
So someone killed you.
But Lipton, it was all because of Ghoul's gruel. They wanted it for themselves, so they offed me. Oh God! Ghoul just drops to the ground and starts banging his fists against the floor.
Tiny little Is the market that Lipton was selling on, is that still there?
No, the stall is kind of packed up and gone.
Oh, well, I just kick the ground then.
Great. You do that.
My friend.
He was one of my greatest friends, Lipton. He did all the books for the business.
I'm so sorry that happened. I want you to know I would never steal your recipe. Ever. And that is true friendship.
It's not a recipe, it's oil and soil. That's nothing.
That's not nothing. It's Ghoul's gruel. And you bought it.
I did buy it. You told me that was face cream.
And it is. Whatever you want it to be.
Ghoul, it appears there is nothing more that we can do here. Are you ready to pick up the broken pieces of your afterlife and move on?
When you put it like that, yes, I am. But if I was killed, then I feel really, really bad about that.
We all have revenge in our sights.
Mm-hmm.
Eric would be a good sort of Jerry Springer character, wouldn't he? Hosting his own drama show.
Just like goading people into like saying more intense things.
We should see that.
So Greg has watched all this happen and is sort of like quite frustrated, and he's just like tugs at your. Do you have a cape, Eddie? No, what are you wearing?
He's naked.
I'm pretty sure I've got nothing.
Have you? No, you've got the. Have you still got the curtains?
You've got the curtains.
Yeah, I've got a towel.
Yeah, Greg just sort of tugs at the curtain towel, and it's just like, Dad, and sort of taps. You know, like you would tap a watch, but it's a sundial.
Yes, sorry, Greg. I know we should be moving on, but I've learned from experience that it's best to just let these things play out.
Sorry, Henley. Sorry, Greg.
No, that's okay. Are you okay?
Ghosts from the past.
Oh, what? That Lipton? I don't think that was a ghost. I think that's a real.
No, it's a figure of speech, Greg.
I'm sorry, I am 11.
Sorry.
And I wasn't taught very well.
Oh.
And he looks to Henley.
What are you all looking at me for?
Ooh, it's awkward.
I had to teach myself. I learned everything that I learned from the streets of the woods.
And why was that, Dad?
Because my father never taught me anything either.
Oh, so you're just going to be as bad as your own father then? That's okay, is it? So when I have a kid, I can be a shit dad as well.
Well, that'll be up to you. I don't know.
Yeah, it will be up to me. And he starts walking off.
God.
I think we should follow him. And as we're walking, I lean over to Henley and I say, maybe if we save your ex-wife,
Thank you.
then potentially, that's the best gift you can give him. That's the best parenting you can do, is by returning at least one half of his parentship.
You make a good point, GlueBrick. If he can't have a good father, he can at least have a good mother.
That was worded much better than how I put it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're a good team.
I used to know these words, Greg,
Yeah?
when I was alive.
Yeah, what's it like being dead?
Strange. Behold my horns.
Yeah.
I have been touched by hell.
Wow. Are you evil?
That is a good question, Greg, and one I have pondered deeply.
Right.
I have a question, however, for you.
Okay.
Can you hold it in your heart to forgive your father?
And he just sort of looks at the ground, kicks a bit of dirt, and he looks back up at you, and you can see that his eyes are sort of wet with tears. And he just says, "Bandit camp's this way," and carries on walking.
Eric, you're not saying anything weird to my son, are you?
No.
So as you make your way through the woods, you spot a small encampment atop a hill. It's surrounded by forest on all sides, and there appears to be only one road leading up to the main entrance. And you can see it is manned by 2 archers. And Greg turns to you and says, "This is it. This is where the camp is. This is where they're keeping Mum."
Either we find some other way into this encampment, or we come up with some ruse as to how to get in through the front gate.
What's important is that we don't let any of them get away to raise the alarm. There's 2 guards here. We need to take them both out at the same time and not let any of them run.
Very good thinking.
Well, you're good with a bow. Is your
true.
son Greg a thief?
Greg, can you shoot?
Not really. I mean, maybe. I've been practicing a little on my own, but if I'm honest, I don't think I'm very good.
I agree. It's a waste of time.
Brutal.
Thanks, Dad.
Henley takes out his knife and slices his own palm, creating some blood.
Right.
And he smears it all over Eric,
What are you doing?
covering him in blood. And says, "Trust me, Eric, trust me.
Yes.
Go limp." I take him under one arm. GlueBrick, get the other side.
I'm there.
I say, "Follow my lead." And we charge up the path towards them, and I say, "Help! Help! He's injured! Help!
Help! Help!
Help us quickly! Help, please!"
Help him!
And as you charge up the path, you step onto a tripwire.
Oh, bugger.
And a huge net falls from the trees above and traps the 4 of you, and 5, including Greg, underneath the net.
Hold on. Ghoul wasn't with us.
Ghoul was
Oh, was not, were you
Not
not with
involved.
GlueBrick?
No.
Oh, so sorry, apologies. So
Ghoul
the
was
4
just
of
watching this happen.
the 4 of us, including Greg, are trapped in the net, and Ghoul is still at the bottom of the path, having an existential crisis,
Yeah.
All right,
unseen by the archers. And the archers level their bows at you, and are just like, "Who goes here?"
All right, it was a bad plan.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We're bandits. We're bandits like you.
We're just three bandits, and one of us got wounded. Please come and help.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
Because there's 4 of us.
And also because GlueBrick just saying, we're bandits.
Oh, my first roll was a natural 20.
Okay.
My second roll with 16.
16 and GlueBrick?
Oh, both of us.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Because GlueBrick spoke as well.
That was a natural 20.
Oh no!
Well, it's disadvantage. I just stared at you like I just nailed it. That is a 20. It's not natural.
Not a natural 20.
But I've done
it is
very
a 20.
With disadvantage, we've done pretty well.
You've done
there.
very, very well. So one of the archers lowers their bow and just kind of whispers something to the other one. And it's just like, what happened?
What happened? Our companion here, he was attacked by a wolf. Crocodile wolf.
A crocodile wolf.
A wolfodile. You've heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Why
Got
not?
him. Yeah.
I require a healer, and I'm willing to pay.
One of the archers jumps down and walks over and just picks up the net and just whips it off you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So, could you take us to a healer? I don't know if you have a healer. No, we're not asking this question because we think you have a healer or anything. That would just be a coincidence if you did happen to have a healer.
Very good, GlueBrick.
Very good. And one of the archers, the one that's down with you, just looks up to the one still on the wall and just says, in quite a sarcastic tone, just like, they're looking for a healer. And he just goes, right. And he looses an arrow at GlueBrick.
Oh, whoa!
And what is your armor class? It is, it's 16, right?
16.
Yeah, it hits.
What?
And it does 5 damage to you. And the other archer starts sprinting back towards the walls.
Okay, so yeah, Ghoul is watching all of this in horror. He's kind of been snapped awake from his reverie, and he needs to do something. He needs to act. And so he sees, he's kind of crept around closer. He sees the guard that's kind of running away, and he casts Entangle.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Talk me through how Entangle works.
So some vines sprout from a point within range, and they just make the terrain very difficult. They kind of grasp at the legs of the person that's there.
Great, so you cast Entangle, and these vines burst from the earth and grab our running bandit, and it's a strength saving throw for him, which he fails. So he is grabbed, and he is grabbed by these vines, and he's pulled to the ground. And now Henley and Eric, bear in mind you also have Greg with you as well. You may react.
Henley pushes Greg immediately out of the way. Just go, get out of the way! And then draws his bow and takes a shot. His compliment bow.
Nice.
And takes a shot.
Great. Roll me an attack roll.
That's an attack of 16.
Great, that hits.
And roll a d10 for the compliment.
It's a 5.
You haven't put on weight. Everyone's eyes have got thinner.
As you loose your arrow towards the bandit, you see, like, Greg is just so confused about where this voice has come from, and your arrow thuds into the bandit's chest. And roll damage for me.
10.
And it knocks him clean off the palisade, and he falls to the floor, dead.
Yes!
Whoa.
Good work, Dad. And he just starts running in through the doors.
Greg, wait! Is he gone? Have I got him?
No, you got him. We got him.
You let me go in first. You don't know what you're doing. And I walk in.
Yes, Dad.
I go up to the guy who's now entangled in vines, and I say, I can help you. What is your name?
My name is Pill.
Very well, Pill. And I draw my dagger, and I cut his throat.
Savage.
He's killing someone. This is his first murder.
And then I cast Disguise Self, so that I look exactly like Pill.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eric, you just killed that man after he was surrendering, I think.
Yes, what of it? Or should you not call me Pill? Right, we've got to get up there, and I've got to get the body of the other one out of the way.
I'm just going to say, yeah, that happens. You do that, and Greg is horrified.
We all are.
He just looks to you, Henley, and it's just like, Dad, let's just get Mum, okay?
Yes, it's fine. Let's get rid of these bodies. Help Daddy drag this body into the bushes.
And yeah, he grabs the feet, and you drag the body of the archer that you just killed into the bushes.
As you guys are doing all that, I'm getting up, having had an arrow, and I'm pulling it out of my hip.
Great.
I'm pulling it out of my hip. And there's this slight moment when I don't know who can see this. Maybe Ghoul's the only person who could potentially see it. There's a slight moment where I suddenly feel like my skin is bubbling, full of anger, and my eyes slightly go red, and then it stops, and I shake my head, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't know what that was. And I just follow the guys.
In the words of Ghoul. Ooh.
Well done, Ghoul. Nice entangling there.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Good work. You see, I can encourage people.
Just not your own son.
Oh, shut up, Greg.
You literally pushed me and said, get out of the way.
Well, I'll give you encouragement when you do something good, all right?
You see what a terrible father he is?
Well, I feel like $1 million.
Eric, why don't you lead the way?
Yeah. Why doesn't Pill lead the way?
Very good.
In character.
Very good.
This is so good. So as you move into the mouth of the encampment, you can see that this hideout has been carved into the hill itself. Huge tree roots have been cut to create room, and massive chunks of rock have been carved away to make a room for a series of rooms and tunnels within this hill. But there's something that's sort of out of place. Some parts of the floor and the walls seem to be made up of chunks of solid ice. And as you step through a huge sort of open metal door, you enter a stone room that is lit by a few glowing ice crystals. And at the far end of the room is a carved stone statue of a court jester. And it remains in place, but it springs to life. And you hear the following.
Riddle me ree, riddle me roo. I got a crazy conundrum for you. You think it's good, you think it's fine. It's outrageous riddle time.
Oh, God. The metal door slams shut behind you, and this kind of crazy good stone jester is now... you're in this empty room with this crazy stone jester.
My God.
Who's got some riddles for you.
Something tells me we are in for a very confusing time.
And the stone jester says...
When set loose, I fly away. Never so cursed as when I go astray.
Mr. Jester, could you say it again, please?
When set loose, I fly away. Hair.
Nothing happens.
When set loose, I fly away.
Never so cursed as when I go astray.
A soul.
Nothing happens.
Shit.
When set loose, I fly away. Never so cursed as when I go astray.
An arrow?
And as you say an arrow, vines come up from the ground and lock Henley into place.
Oh, that did something. Oh, well done, Eric. Why am I trapped in vines, though? Do we keep going, or...
was it good? Did we get it right? Is that why?
We got the answer right, but it seems to have encased me in vines.
And the voice speaks again.
I have no end, and am the ending of all that begins.
String. No.
That's a thinker.
Time.
Good. No.
I have no end.
Yeah.
And I am the ending of all that begins. Ooh. Death?
As you say death, vines spring up from the ground and lock Eric into place.
It seems that the answers have some relevance to each of us.
Oh, of course. An arrow.
Death.
Perhaps the next one will be
porridge,
mushrooms, and then idiocy.
Sweet bird!
And GlueBrick just smiles and nods.
There could be one for your son here as well, yes.
Oh, yes.
What is light as a feather, but the strongest man in the world can't hold it for long?
Mushrooms!
Yes, well.
I think it's breath.
Yes, as you say breath, vines
good.
come up and grab GlueBrick into place.
Yay!
And the voice speaks again.
A room with no windows or doors, walks in the night, grows in the day, is found where there is death and decay.
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom! And vines spring out of the floor and grab Ghoul. The four of you are now pinned to the floor via these vines.
Oh, I quickly grab Greg and hold on to him.
And as the final riddle is answered, you hear...
Riddle me ree, riddle me roo, your riddles are over, so shoo, shoo, shoo. You've been riddled and I've been rude. Now it's time for me to snooze. It's been outrageous. It's been loads of fun. Now all the riddles are done.
And at your feet, all of the roots sharply retract, and a trap door opens beneath each of you, and all four of you drop down slides that all join and meet into a central chute.
I'm clinging on to Greg as we go.
Yeah, Greg, you kind of pull him down with you. As you rifle through the earth, you are spat out in a huge underground chamber. And this chamber is a treasure trove of gold and jewels, chests overflowing with money and trinkets. There are several weapons strewn across the floor, and there's a mighty, like a huge great axe leant up against the wall, and it's bigger than like several men. It's this huge axe. And other than the axe and the gold and the trinkets, what draws your eye is at the center of this huge chamber is a makeshift bed with a human woman lying on it. She is still, but she is still breathing. And Henley, you immediately recognize this as Sylvie. And Greg springs to his feet and just says, "Mum!" and starts running towards her.
No, Greg, don't just run into it, you idiot.
Are you grabbing him or are you letting him go?
I'm trying to grab him.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you do grab him by the sort of scruff of his neck. And he's just like, "Dad, let me go." And he starts like hitting you.
No, wait, stop fighting me. I am trying to parent you right now. This is parenting. This is what it looks like, all right?
Really?
Yes, just stop doing stupid things and let me do it. That's parenting.
Maybe if you use less words like stupid, it would be better parenting.
Maybe your parents needed to use that word more, GlueBrick.
They did. Okay, just wait here. And I walk over stealthily to the bed. Can I roll for that?
You want to roll stealth check? Yeah.
9.
You walk into a chair. And as you move closer to the bed, you hear a low, rumbling growl, and 2 sets of bright yellow eyes blink open from the shadows. 2 huge wolves, who are their fur is sort of dripping with ice.
Oh wow.
Prowl out from the darkness and begin to make their way towards GlueBrick. And from behind you all, Ghoul, Henley, and Eric, you hear an almighty scream as from the shadows behind you comes a berserker wielding an axe, and he drives his axe straight into Henley's back, doing a whopping 5 damage.
Ooh, that hurt. Oh, right in the back.
And the 2 wolves zero in on GlueBrick, and I will allow you all to have a go, have a turn in combat. Also, Greg is panicking. He's fumbling with his arrows.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
Fucking Greg.
Okay, so Ghoul is distressed, and he doesn't like this at all, and so he is going to immediately turn to the wolves and cast poison spray. All right, here goes. And yeah, and so loads of spores come out of air.
And the wolves have to do a Constitution saving throw, as does GlueBrick.
22.
GlueBrick is fine. And the wolves, I'll roll for both of them. They rolled a natural 1. So roll 1d12 of damage.
Okay, 6.
So you do 6 damage, which is double, and because they rolled a natural 1, so you do 12 damage to the wolves and only 3 damage to GlueBrick. And the wolves are still alive, but they stop dead in their tracks and they are choking.
Oh,
nice.
Guys, would you mind if I went next?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go forwards and be like, little doggies, today's not the day, I'm afraid. So I run over to one of them and I pick them up over my head and I launch it at the other one, trying to do damage to both.
Just wolf on wolf violence.
Wolf on wolf. Yeah.
Okay, so just roll me a straight strength check.
20. Not natural.
Okay, so it's going to be opposed to the wolf, and I've got a feeling they get 11. So you pick up one wolf, and they each had 1 hit point left. So I'm going to say that you just smash one wolf into the other wolf, and you just hear, and the wolves are done. The wolves are out of here.
Wow. Stupid wolves.
Nice.
Slightly. I'm aware of how that could have been better.
Just you are. Yes.
Oh, damn it. We needed a cool one-liner. Henley, Eric.
I'm going to cast Chill Touch on the Berserker.
Very good.
13.
Okay, yeah, your chill touch hits the Berserker.
4 points of necrotic damage. Can't be healed until next round.
Very good. And the Berserker is hit by your horrible, icy skeletal hand. And it is now Henley.
How's the Berserker looking?
The Berserker is looking okay. He could take a couple more hits, I think. He's pretty frenzied.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try and dodge around behind him if he's distracted by Eric.
Yeah.
For the purposes of a joke.
Sure. I encourage this, please.
And I'm going to shoot an arrow right into him.
Okay. Do you get disadvantage if you're too close, though?
Yeah, I need to move away.
So you're gonna duck.
Oh, is he within? He's within close range.
Because he's just smashed you with an axe.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so you can run away, but he'll get an opportunity attack. He'll get to attack you
I'm gonna let him attack me.
Okay, so
I'm gonna just run out of range, not disengaging, just taking a hit.
And he, oh my god! So he rolls a natural one, and he takes the axe and he swings and he just lets go of it and just fires across the.
Oh, can I try and catch it in midair? Because it will be great.
100%. Roll me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Whoa! Okay, great. So Henley disengages. The berserker swings wildly, releases his axe, and in mid-air, we just see like the camera zooms into just your hand catching the axe, and it sort of pans down Henley's face.
Yeah, and I'm going to swing the axe straight back into him.
Are you gonna?
I want to do it all in one move. I jump and catch the axe, spin around because I got a natural 20. I'm going to say I did this.
Yeah.
Grab the axe in the air. Use the momentum of the axe to do a sort of backflip, land, and slice him.
Okay, so roll me a ranged attacker roll and an acrobatics check.
Yeah, you're going to mess it up now.
No, I'm going to do it. It's going to be amazing. My attack is 19.
19, yep, that hits.
Yeah, and then another acrobatics roll?
Just to see about how the backflip works.
Yeah, 15.
15. Yeah, you do a pretty good backflip. Yeah. And so roll me a D8 of damage, and you can add your dexterity modifier to it.
That's an 8.
Wow.
8 plus.
Well today.
It's because your son's there.
Showing off.
Show off. Yeah.
And my dexterity modifier is +4, so 12.
You do 12 damage, and it thuds into the berserker, and there is a knife stuck out of his chest. He's still standing.
And I say,
he's still there.
Right back, Axia.
Nice. And it is now Greg's turn.
Inspiration is that? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck, Greg.
That was a good one.
Why are you guys all so down on Greg, man? He's an 11-year-old kid.
Oh, no. I'm
You're just picking up on the vibe.
This is Dave now.
He can't hold a bow. What's he going to do?
He's never been taught how to fire a bow.
No, you're right. So as this happens, I kind of walk over and I'm like, you've got this, son.
You calling him son?
Yeah.
Okay.
In front of his estranged father.
Yeah. You've got this, son.
And
I
so
just hold his back.
he's going to fire an arrow at the berserker. He's going to roll with disadvantage because he's so nervous, and he gets a 2, and he doesn't even loose the arrow. It just fumbles out of his hand onto the floor.
Well done.
Henley just shakes his head and goes, fuck's sake.
And the berserker screams, rips the axe out of his own chest, and starts running for Henley. And he is going to, I think, because you're still within range, so he's going to close you down. And so he hits with his axe, doing 12 damage.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. How much?
I have 3 health left.
Wow. Okay.
And so Henley is now engaged with the berserker. GlueBrick trying to offer some fatherly advice.
Yeah,
You're doing great,
I'm getting battered, and I say, Greg, do something useful for once.
Okay, so Ghoul is looking at Greg and looking at Henley, and he knows what needs to be done. So he picks up the arrow that's fallen to the floor and just hands it to Greg.
And so your turn is you're going to try and help Greg?
Yeah,
using
I'm going
action to help Greg.
Greg save his dad.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and as it's my go next, I think I'm going to then grab the arrow and I'm going to go behind Greg like you would help a son fire a bow, and I'm going to use my strength with him to pull back the bow.
Oh, so you're with the string.
Fire it.
So Greg's taken the arrow from Ghoul. He's notched it with the help of GlueBrick, and he's taking aim at the berserker.
Yeah, I'm going to do what I can to help little Greg.
And what are you going to do?
Good question. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
How's he managing? What's he doing? Where's he at?
He's emotionally or physically?
Both, yeah.
Physically, he's doing okay. GlueBrick's helping him, and Ghoul's kind of helping him aim as well. Emotionally, he can barely see. He's crying. He's very upset. He's trying really hard. He's just fucking scared.
Henley just rolls his eyes. Oh, this kid.
Oh, so
Henley
hard.
uses his turn to roll his eyes.
I put a reassuring hand on Greg's shoulder and I say, you can do this.
Nice. And so with that, the berserker is... I'm going to say you've used your turn to roll your eyes. And the berserker lifts his axe. You've only got 3 health, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just get another attack on me.
Yeah, he gets another attack on you, and it does hit.
Don't. None of these guys did anything.
No, they're trying to help your son, man.
But he didn't get a go.
We didn't think about the initiative order.
I'm setting up drama.
I'm going to die. Okay. Do your drama. I'll be dead.
So the Berserker's attack hits, but before it lands, Greg is going to have 1, 2, 3. He's going to have triple advantage on his bow because his first attack does not go well.
If he fucking misses this,
Come on,
his
Greg.
second one does not go well.
Greg.
His third one, well, we'll find out. He looses an arrow with GlueBrick's help, with Eric's encouragement, and with Ghoul aiming. And just before the axe thuds into Henley's skull, surely splitting it in twain, an arrow flies from stage right, pierces the Berserker straight through his head, and the Berserker lets out a mute and falls to the floor.
Oh, what was his
Gentle
backstory?
death.
Well, that was no accident.
yes. And Henley gets to his feet and says to Greg, "Why didn't you do a pun?"
Yeah, that was no accident.
Good.
Well, it's not yours.
No,
You've
you
got
can have that one. You can have that one.
Henley walks over to the body and says, "All berserk and no play makes you a dead boy." You see, son, you've got to do a pun kind of thing.
That wasn't a very good one, Henley.
I don't see you coming up with anything, Ghoul. Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, is it?
So I walk over to Henley and I'm like, Henley, I don't want to tread on your toes again, but like, maybe you should just be a bit nice to your son. You may not see him again. Ever.
Evra?
Evra, is that not his name? What's his name? You may never see Evra again.
No, Greg. His name's Greg.
But you may never see him again.
Maybe that's for the best. Look, clearly, I've told you I'm not good at this, all right? I'm not a good parent, and you all did a better job than I did, so why should I stick around?
As you start to argue, you feel the cave start to tremble, and the walls begin to shake, and the very rock itself seems to move. And at the far end of the room, where the huge axe was leaning against the wall, you guys feel your stomachs drop as ice and rock morphs into a giant hand that grips around the axe. And the walls shift, and what stands before you is a mighty frost giant. And even worse still, Ghoul, you notice that sitting atop the frost giant, on its head is a little 5-inch mushroom. It is Fungus, laughing as black tendrils emanate from its tiny mushroom hands and go into the brain of the giant. Fungus locks eyes with you, Ghoul, and with a mighty sweep of its axe, you are smashed straight into the cave wall and knocked clean unconscious.
What? Really?
He's in death saves. He's not dead.
Okay, wow. But,
Oh my god, and just before that happened, Ghoul was just thinking, oh, it's my best friend, Gus!
Oh!
That's heartbreaking.
Can we try and do something? I'm going to try and help. First of all, nice to meet you. You see, Greg, it's easy. And then...
And as you say that pun with a single sweep
that was
of
my
the
turn
axe,
again.
you are smashed also into the cave wall, and Henley is down and knocked unconscious.
I'm still in disguise as Pill.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, I've done nothing with that. I definitely forgot about that.
Well, I haven't had a chance to use it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm still in disguise as Pill, so I'm going to desperately try and use it and look up and say, "Yeah, I brought them for you, boss."
Do you know what? Roll me a deception check.
11. He's not a good actor.
No.
He's the other side. He's a nervous writer-director, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not a good actor.
And with a mighty sweep of his axe, Eric is knocked aside, and you two are knocked unconscious.
Oh, God.
What?
And Greg is just stood there, trembling, crying, not knowing what to
grab
do.
Greg and put him behind me, so I'm standing in between. I'm standing between him and this monster.
Great. So, GlueBrick, seeing your friends down and the party broken, the frost giant, even though you've stood in front of Greg, the frost giant turns its gaze to the young boy, and inside you feel a darkness begin to bubble and boil, and your muscles tense and your eyes darken, and as the giant looks at the young boy, you see Fungus commands it to rain down a shattering blow on this young child, and the blade whistles through the air, and everyone, even though let's say you can kind of still through blurred vision still kind of hear and see what's happening, you hear this earth trembling roar emanate throughout the cave, and the blade stops dead in midair. And as you kind of widen your gaze to look past the frost giant, you see that GlueBrick now stands between Greg and the blade. Both of his hands are gripped around the axe, and somehow GlueBrick is different. He seems more feral and more powerful. And this is the first time we're going to see GlueBrick Bumbledung going into a barbarian rage.
Yes. My days. Okay, yeah.
We've kind of home-brewed it and buffed him up a bit. I'm not going to go through everything, but as we kind of get to it, we'll kind of explain what it is.
Okay.
But to start with, your strength is doubled. So you now have a +10 to your strength.
Powerful, silly man. Okay. Great. So can I have a reaction? So, well, my reaction was stopping the blade, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in rage. Can I have an action?
Yeah. It's your turn.
So I'm straight away just going to punch him in the chest.
He's just going totally unarmed.
Totally unarmed.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just kind of like a reaction to grabbing, and I'm punching him to just try and push him away from me, if that makes sense. So that is attack roll, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's 21.
21.
Rolling very well today.
You are rolling very well.
That's 21, and it'll be an unarmed strike. So an unarmed strike, we are going with, so it's +5 to damage.
Well, that should be +10 because your strength is +10.
Wow. So that is 16.
Yeah, and so you just thud a fist into the frost giant's chest, and the frost giant is okay, but it's knocked back, and it swings its great axe at you. And another thing of the barbarian rage is that all melee damage is halved. So it does hit you with its axe, but it hits you for a mere 7 damage, as if the axe is glanced off of your mighty Goliath skin. So with GlueBrick now enraged and fighting Hulk style the frost giant, we come to Ghoul, Henley, and Eric. Now, traditionally in D&D, when you're in death saves, you're unconscious and you roll a d20. You have to succeed or fail on your death save. So a 1 to 10 is a fail, and a 11 to 20 is a succeed. Succeed? Success.
Yes, it's
success.
a
That's
Is a great
is a success. And if you get 3 successes, you are back on your feet with 1 hit point. 3 fails, you are dead forever. Now, what I'm going to do with this, because it's boring if you guys are just sat around doing nothing. So I'm going to say you still have to roll for death saves, but you are conscious. You're able to kind of crawl around, call out things.
Around. How's your death going?
Yeah, exactly. And you can try and influence the fight up to a point.
Great.
So why don't we start with Henley? So roll me a d20.
It's 15.
15. Right. So that is one.
That's one pass, right? One success.
Yeah, one success for you. So you mark that down because I won't remember it.
Okay. So Henley flops onto his back, gives himself a punch in the heart, try to get it going again. Come on, boy, you can do this.
And you can see Greg. Greg is he's still up.
Greg's still up.
Yeah, he's fine. GlueBrick saved him. The giant didn't get.
Okay, I'd look at Greg and I say, "Help, Daddy, Greg. Help you, Daddy."
Great. So Greg,
Daddy's very sick.
Greg rushes over to you, and I'm going to roll a medicine check for Greg. And he rolled a natural 20.
No!
So through his experience, his mother, who is a healer, has helped him and taught him. And Greg comes over to you and he punches you at the other side of your chest. And you feel your heart restart. And you are, we're going to say Henley is now out of death saves. So you've got 1 hit point, but Greg just looks you in the eye and is just like, well, yeah, Mum taught me something. What do we do now, Dad?
Well done. And then I go to help in the fight.
Great. So, Ghoul, let's have you next. So roll me a d20.
A natural 1.
Wow. Okay, so that is a critical failure.
Brutal.
So that means you have 2 fails. On your next roll, if you have 1 more fail,
you're going to die.
No.
Ghoul's going to lose a piece of his soul.
Can I go and now try and stabilize Ghoul?
Yeah, we'll have Greg and Henley run over to stabilize Ghoul, but whilst we're running over, let's check in on Eric.
Natural 20.
Yeah! Whoa, so that's 2 successes. So Eric's doing all right.
I have always been close to death.
Nice.
Does Eric want to do anything from his sort of prone position?
Yeah, daily crossword.
He's going to do a crossword.
No, I'm going to... I will also go over to help Ghoul.
Yeah, great. So we'll
crawling.
say, Henley up on it, springs to his feet with his son, runs over to Ghoul. Eric crawling sort of 10, 15 feet behind. What's Eric saying as he's crawling towards Ghoul?
Stay in character.
He's still Pill.
Still Phil. Right, great.
So he's going to run over and attack us.
So we all arrive over. Greg is going to try some medicine on Ghoul, another medicine check, unless Henley wants to do
I'm
something.
going to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, because you're a ranger, you've got spells.
I have very few spells, but this is one of them. I lay my hands on the tiny mushroom, and you have 4 hit points now. You come back to life with 4 hit points.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so Ghoul stirs, his eyelids kind of flutter, and he goes, I would like to thank for this great award my... What happened?
Ghoul, we're in a fight.
Oh, what?
Ghoul is confused. And Greg looks at Henley and just says, that's pretty cool, Dad.
Yeah, so, I do a bit of healing myself. We have that in common, I suppose.
Maybe we should get your necromancer friend as well.
Let's get on with that. Go and help. Good idea. Greg, go and help Eric.
And so Greg runs over to Eric. And while this is all happening and you guys are coming round, you just hear just huge thundering shots happening from inside their cave as GlueBrick is trading blows with the frost giant.
By the way, I'm not talking. What everyone can hear is just GlueBrick making like noises.
You want to give us that one more time?
Yeah.
Sort of like he's dizzy.
It's actually kind of cute. Yeah. But he looks terrifying. And what I'm going to do, so another mechanic that we have is that every time I go to make an attack, I have to roll to double check if I can control my rage. So if I get 1 to 10, then I will just attack the nearest person to me, regardless whether they're friend or foe. If I get 11 to 20, then I can control my rage. So here it is, everyone. Ooh. That is a 12.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So your focus remains on the frost giant.
Exactly. I have a brief moment where I look around, I see these people getting healed, and I'm like, no, they're your friends, And I turn, and I'm going to use my sweet great axe.
Oh, is this the first time the great GlueBrick's great axe has come out?
It's come out. I'm whipping it out, so I just rip it off my back. And, rip it. That sounds like it was, stapled to my skin.
Yeah, it was sewn in.
So I sewn it into my skin. I rip it off my back. And what he wants to do is he wants the axe to go through fungus and then into the head of the giant that's being controlled.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, if you roll high enough, I'll say that you hit the mushroom, but if you still beat the armor class of the frost giant, you still hit it.
That's a 10.
Your mighty axe glances off of the frost giant's armor.
Oh, okay, that just makes me angry. I'm like,
no, GlueBrick! I think Ghoul was watching what's happening, and he's seeing that fungus is up there, and he's going to try and help his mushroom friend, because he doesn't really...
Whoa.
He's not figuring out what's happening. So, GlueBrick, no, that's fungus. Hey, Gus! And he starts kind of waving at Gus and trying to get his attention.
And Gus looks down at you, and a voice reminiscent of your death dream. You just hear Fun Gus chuckling and just going, "You're next." And it is the frost giant's turn to have a swing at GlueBrick, and his great axe sweeps wildly over your head, and GlueBrick becomes an evil cartoon villain.
Yeah, that's a trick. He's an evil cartoon character. Yeah.
So basically, you guys just see these two giants swing and miss with both of their axes, swinging axes at each other. Let's go round as your guys go again.
I draw my bow and I say, "Don't worry, Ghoul, I'll kill that mushroom."
No!
And I draw my bow to shoot at Fungus.
I dive. I think Ghoul just dives in front of the arrow.
Oh, you're trying to save Fungus. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see if Henley's arrow is going to hit first.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's 21.
21. Yeah, that will hit the mushroom. And Ghoul, you roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh my god.
To see if you can get in the way of Henley's arrow.
13.
Not enough.
Okay.
Henley's arrow is too accurate. It sweeps round and it does hit Fungus. So roll me some damage.
11 damage.
11 damage. Yeah, the arrow thuds into the tiny little mushroom, and Fungus just sort of snaps it off and carries on, just pumping this sort of horrid black tendrils into the frost giant's brain. But it's hit him pretty hard.
Okay.
It's looking great.
Can I quickly shout to Eric? Eric, just grab Sylvie and get us out of here.
When I find that, Eric,
I'll deal with him.
Oh, fuck.
Dad?
We've lost Eric,
Dad,
everyone.
what's happened?
Eric's gone too deep into character. He's not going to come out of this until opening night now.
Wait a minute. If Eric wanted to get the woman, then I should stop them. I go and get the woman.
You're going for Sylvie?
Yeah, in character.
Okay, so you drag yourself to your feet and you're running over. And what do you do? I'll say you can get to Sylvie.
I get to her. Is she awake? Is she conscious?
No, she's unconscious, but she's alive.
Okay, yes, so I'm checking her pulse and I'm just checking.
Yeah.
I put her over my shoulder. I'm going to carry her in a fireman's lift over my shoulder.
Great.
But Eric is quite weak and Pill is quite strong. So I'm not even sure it would work.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
What does
have
that
Eric
mean?
roll. We'll have Eric roll with disadvantage and Pill roll with advantage. So you just roll a straight strength
Roll
check.
this great.
12.
12. Yeah, you put your back out a bit, but you managed to get her off the bed.
Wondering how far to take this.
I think you should carry on.
No, I've got her over my shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for an exit.
Yeah, there's a huge sort of set of wooden doors that lead kind of, because you guys came in on a slide, and on the other side of the doors is a sort of spiral staircase.
I start running towards the exit or hobbling towards the exit.
Great. So we'll say that Ghoul, you trying to jump in front of the arrow was a reaction.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's your turn now.
Okay, so I think Ghoul is looking at GlueBrick, kind of freaking out. I think we all need to just get out of here now. So he's going to just try and say, GlueBrick! Shh!
What?
What's happened to you? You look all scary.
And on this,
You can roll me
Is-
another
is-
d20.
Yeah.
See if
12 again.
12. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you recognize Ghoul. You're still in a rage, but you recognize it's Ghoul.
And I hear what you're saying, and I know not to hurt you, but I'm really sorry. Like, this
no.
this guy has to die. So I turn back round, and with that, I'm going to try and grab Fungus. Well, he'd fit in my giant, powerful, masculine hand.
Yep.
And I'm just going to squeeze and just try and squash him.
Okay, roll me. I'm going to say you have to roll me a strength check, because you're going to have to wrestle with the frost giant to try and get past the frost giant.
13.
The frost giant has rolled a 12.
Oh,
so
wow.
you manage to just grab the frost giant and just pin it to the ground with one mighty hand. And you are reaching and you grab Fungus in your palm. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to squeeze and try and take all the life from it.
Great. So roll me another straight strength check.
14.
Okay, yeah. So you are slowly squeezing the life out of Fungus. So by the time it comes around to your next turn, Fungus will be dead.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing that.
Can Ghoul do something, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Ghoul is just seeing this happen, and the only thing that he can think to do, the most powerful thing he has, is his song. And so he just takes GlueBrick's little hand and starts to sing, "Celebrate Ghoul times, come on." Calm down.
Okay, wow. So Ghoul is trying to calm Gluebrick down with song.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way he knows now.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that you have to roll a persuasion check. All right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna set it as a difficulty challenge of 15.
Okay.
And every time you succeed, it will get a little bit easier. And every time you fail, it'll get a little bit harder.
All right.
Good luck.
Natural 20!
Wow.
Yay.
Wow. Okay, great. So, with your fantastic celebration song, Chris, why don't you describe to me how GlueBrick is feeling?
As I'm squeezing the life out of Fungus, I suddenly hear this charming, wonderful song. And I start nodding my head and I look over to my left and there's Ghoul bouncing up and down singing this song. And I'm just like, celebrate. And I start singing along and then suddenly, boom, I'm going to do the sound effects.
Yeah.
GlueBrick powers down.
My skin suddenly becomes just normal again. It was like rock, but now it's normal. My eyes go from red to the perfect emerald they were. And I suddenly realise, and I'm very confused, and I don't know what's going on. What? And I let go of Fungus. I'm like, what happened? What was that?
You went weird.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. And I start adjusting Fungus's
bow tie.
A little bow tie.
I'm like, oh, sorry, you fell over. And I help pick them up.
So Henley's, by this point, run to the door with Greg. He's pushed Greg in front of him and he's running after Eric. And is there like a lantern around or some kind of source of flame that I can see?
Yeah. There's like a little lamp.
Yeah, I've got a flask of oil. So I'm going to spray that around and say, come on, everyone, get out of here!
Okay. Sorry, you fell on the floor. And I just run away.
I throw my lantern into the oil and I say, that mushroom's getting sautéed.
Nice.
But wait! Ghoul just leans over the body of Fungus. Gus, it's me, Ghoul!
And as the flame and the fire starts to build around you, you see that Fungus's black tendrils retract from the frost giant, and it's sort of is quite similar to GlueBrick. It's quite confused, doesn't quite know where it is, and Fungus just looks you in the eye and just says, "You never should have come back." And then fires a load of smoke. You just hear in the distance Fungus just laughing as he runs away.
I love that all the mushrooms use smoke grenades.
They all have smoke bombs.
Smoke grenades,
They're
man.
like really bad magicians.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Come on, GlueBrick, Ghoul, let's get out of here!
Pick up Ghoul, and I run and jump over the fire to follow everyone.
And the fire is building, and in this cave, and you all thunder up to the top of the stairs as smoke is billowing out and chasing you, and you see all of you arrive to see Eric with Sylvie. Eric's still in character. What's Eric trying to do?
I'm trying to get through the doors at the end, but I'm saying to myself, that's it, Bill, keep this up and you'll get a promotion. Now that I see all of them running towards me, I think that can snap him out of character. And now, Eric.
It's like Greg just looks at Henley and it's just like, can we get Mum back to the village, please? What is this?
Oh yeah, presumably Eric now collapses under the weight of the woman he's holding.
Oh no, he's laid her down.
Okay.
Yes, we must leave immediately.
I'll pick her up, and put her over my shoulder.
And you make your way through the woods, and you get back to the village. You get back to Greg and Sylvie's hut, and a few several minutes pass by, and Greg is administering sort of potions and help, and he manages to bring Sylvie round.
Seeing that she's about to wake up, Henley hides.
Oh,
he hides.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Where does he hide?
Oh yeah, now we see who literally wears the trousers in this relationship.
Wait, where does he hide?
He hides
In the room?
Are we in the hut?
Yeah, you're in the hut. Yeah.
Well, he hides behind the sofa.
Yeah, it's a studio hut, so
yeah,
you're still in the
He
front.
dies behind the sofa as Greg did earlier, just exactly the same, like father, like son.
And do you guys?
I'm
presumably
going
all see
to
this?
attending to.
Yeah. And Sylvie wakes up and it's just like, Greg, and looks at all of you and it's just like, who are you?
We are the happy boys.
Not fair.
So basically, just to catch up on everything, your son sold his soul to his father so we could come and save you.
What?
That's what I was supposed to say. Is that right, Henley?
Oh.
Henley?
I think there is somebody who you need to see. And then Ghoul tries and completely fails to push the sofa and reveal Henley. He just
Move
strains.
that bus.
He really tries to reveal it and just makes a really big effort and then just goes and collapses in a heap.
Oh no.
A little help here.
Yep, sorry. And I just literally pick up the whole sofa and throw it out the window.
Oh, Henley is just crouched behind like a cat, just wearing only his towel, crouched in a very vulnerable position. Oh, hello, Sylvie. 'Tis I, returned from the grave.
Are you alive?
No, I'm actually... It's quite a long story, but I'm currently trying to make my way out of hell, and you see Greg here, he summoned me, and I agreed to help him, and I did that, so now my work here is done, and that's all the information.
I don't believe you. Your happy boy has already told me. He told me that you took Greg's soul.
It was the only way to save you. I had to make a decision in the moment, and look, you weren't here. I'm not very good at making the decisions. I never was. So now, yes, I will have Greg's soul in hell with me.
You sacrificed our son's soul to save my life.
I'm going to make it up to him, though. I'm going to make it up to both of you, because I'm going to escape from hell and bring his soul with me.
and she beckons you closer.
Yes.
Come closer, closer.
Yes.
And she whispers in your ear, I hate you. And as she says, I hate you, the contract appears in your hand, and underneath it just says, complete. And the pentagram on the floor starts glowing, and you can all feel yourselves dragged back towards the pentagram. And I'm going to give Henley time to say one thing before you are zipped back to hell.
I need to think of something good. Something good!
And you see your son reach out to try and grab your hand, and he looks sad that you're going. And you see him lean in and hug Sylvie. You guys are dragged back through the pentagram and back into the second layer of hell, and you arrive outside the fields in Dis.
Well,
I think, Ghoul's looking at Henley.
Yeah, we're all looking at Henley.
Henley, in your hand appears a soul coin with an image of your son imprinted on it.
Fret not, good Henley Whispers. If we get out of here, all will be well. Your son's soul shall be free, and you shall be reunited with the woman who hates you.
And Hooch comes over, and he's just like, wow, that's a fucking contract, guys. That's a good one. Let me see that coin. Whoa, that's a nice coin. That's worth 10,000 shards.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Who'd you get? You get an angel soul? What the hell is that?
No, it's the soul of my innocent son.
Whoa, you took your own son's soul.
I know. Not good, right?
There were circumstances that you don't understand, all right? In
He
context.
had to save the woman who doesn't love him and never will.
Stop making it sound worse.
Man, this guy's sad. I mean, to be honest, he's none of my business. You want to take your son's soul, you take your soul. But you got yourself 10,000 shards. It's pretty cool.
But we're not going to use his shards to buy things, all right?
But what can we buy?
A lot of trousers.
No pair of trousers is worth tearing apart my son's soul.
If I'm honest with you, the way you treated your son...
You don't understand, all right? I care about him. He's my son, and I love him.
He's trapped by toxic masculinity, GlueBrick.
Yeah.
How does a mushroom know about this?
I know a lot of things. I listen.
What can we do with 10,000 shards, then?
These guys are not wrong. You can buy a lot of pants,
What?
armor, weapons.
There's one thing we've never asked, probably quite important. We assume you have to use these coins to get through the portal, right?
Oh, there's a pretty big assumption, and you know what? You'd be right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so how many coins do we need for that?
Well, this one you got right here, that'll do it.
We've done it! We've done it! Okay, so do we give the coin to you?
You can give the coin to me if you want.
No, GlueBrick, no. I'm keeping this coin with me, and I'm getting it out of hell. We will get out of hell. This isn't a question anymore that we have to.
It's not a matter of if.
No.
It's a matter of who.
And where.
What?
No,
What?
it's a matter of when. We will get out of hell.
When we get out of hell, yes.
Eric, what has happened to you? I feel like you...
The part of me will always be a bandit named Pill.
And Pill is not good at critical thinking.
Difficult times. But no, you are right. We cannot give up your son.
No.
Of course not.
I have to be honest with you all. I was ready to give up. I was thinking perhaps I belonged in hell. After everything that stupid owl said to me, I was thinking maybe you should go on without me and I should just remain here and be tortured because that's what I deserve. But not anymore. I'm going to do one thing right. I'm going to get my son's soul out of hell. I have to. And even though he may never love me, and even though Sylvie may never forgive me, at least I will have done what I could.
I'll look after you if you look after me.
Thanks, GlueBrick.
Ditto.
I go up to Henley and I put my hand out and say, let me see your son. I take the coin from his hand and I look at the sun. I cast Thunder Wave on everyone. I run.
What? Oh my days!
Thank you for listening to Hell or High Rollers. I have been your GM, Dave Hearn. Eric was Adam Megiddo. Henley, Henry Shields. Ghoul, Ellie Morris, and GlueBrick as Chris Leask. The Mage Hand sitcom at the top of the episode was written and performed by the wonderful Henry Shields and Ellie Morris. And as usual, a huge shout out to our Patreon supporters, legends like Roland Coombe, Lily Joyce, Leonard Mediso Jr., Katie, Scott Hardy, Kat Mokrainski, Daniel Morrison, Ellie Andrews, Nathaniel Gray, Ari Lovett. Love it. Lovett? Ari Lovett. Love it. That's better. And you too can be a legend and join our Patreon to get exclusive access to our Discord, where you can ask all your burning questions. You can check out some funny side quests, get early access to episodes, and much, much more. Just check out the link in the episode description. The show is produced by the wonderful Gareth Tempest, edited by me, and the music is by my good friend and legend, Max Runham. Thank you for listening, and good night!
When you get through 9 layers of hell, you'll have a hell of a story to tell. You're heading back to life, back to the grind, but it ain't that like you knew so well. Keep telling myself to stay strong, you know I ain't done nothing wrong. I can feel it in my soul that this ain't where I belong.